Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for an impromptu, everything is impromptu at the moment, Wednesday night watch-along. I was literally just stood there in the kitchen about 40 minutes ago with Shaylee, and she said, "What are you up to tonight? Shall I head over to Mum's?" And I said, "Well, I could do a watch-along." And she said, "Yeah, I'm going to head over to my mum's with Enid." So here we are, and we're going to watch along with tonight's action. Now, let me know which game you're watching. There's two on Amazon, but I think iFollow is on tonight as well. So if you're watching an EFL game on iFollow, you are going to be very, very valuable to us because they're not on the red button tonight. So please do raise your hand in the chat. Let me know what you're watching. You might be listening on the radio as well. So what I will do this end is I've got all my normal setup. I'll have Amazon on this screen and we can switch between Chelsea, Brighton and Brentford and Man City. I've got Gillette Soccer, whatever it is, Soccer Wednesday on this screen. So you should be able to get the EFL goals as they go in as well and be able to see them. So let me know what your plans are for the evening, who you're watching, and especially if you're watching on iFollow. Of course, let me know. You can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. Make yourself known in the chat. Dallas, Alistair, Owen, Alex, Hugh, Anid, James, Stephen, Jake, Matt, Neil, Thomas, Alex, Dan, listening to Chelsea. Hugh was going to be watching Wigan Fleetwood. I can think there's a few like that. A few watching Gillette as well. Listening to whatever happens at the Rico. Hi to Jason. Lee, I've got to say thank you. I got a Christmas card from Lee this morning that said airmail on it. And I thought, who in God's name is sending me a Christmas card from a foreign country? It was Lee. Thank you, sir. T. Miller, hi, Tom. Stephen, legend Stephen, watching Brentford. Mark, up the cherries, absolutely. Right. Hi to all of you lot. Please get me your insight, whatever you're watching to, whatever you're watching, listening to, let us know so we can keep across all of the games tonight. And those games are, we've got an all right little calendar, I have to say. So Chelsea and Brighton kicks off at 7:30. That's the first game to go on Amazon. I'll have that on, but remember it's internet. So if you're listening on the radio, you're going to get the goals before us. So no spoilers in the chat, please. Brentford Man City doesn't kick off until 8:15. Whether I'm still going at sort of 10 p.m. when that one finishes is a different question, but we'll figure that out as we go. In the Championship, Swans Luton postponed, Birmingham Posh postponed. We do have Blackburn Barnsley, Blackpool Borough, Coventry Millwall. Be interested to see what that Millwall team looks like. I haven't checked yet. In League One, Burton, Bolton down, Charlton and Gillingham down. Ipswich, Molot are playing Wickham, and another ticket promotion. Expect a big crowd down at Portman Road for that one. Kieran McKenna's first game in charge. MK, Cheltenham postponed. We got Morecambe Crew and Oxford Wimbledon on. Plymouth Pompey, Rotherham Lincoln both off. Shrewsbury v Stanley is on. Wigan Fleetwood, as Hugh in the chat mentioned, is off. So let's do some team news. Get your comments in on anything you see. We will get this Chelsea one out the way first because, as you can see, SofaScore is telling us they're kicking off in about 4 minutes. So for Chelsea in goal, Mendy, Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta. Rudiger linked with a move away. We'll see. It'll be a busy January for his agent. Reece James, Hudson-Odoi covering left wing back. So say SofaScore. Jorginho Kovacic back starting. That's good news for Chelsea. Pulisic, Mount. Lukaku back starting. Looks like a strong-looking Chelsea team. For Brighton, Sanchez in goal. Lamptey, Veltman, Byrne, Cucurella across the back. Bissouma, Lallana. March, he won't play that far forward, will he? Moda and McAllister. Mopai up top for them. Obviously, we might have Brentford Man City team news. Yeah, we were under an hour from kickoff. I wonder if they've got it all configured on SofaScore. Let's find out. Indeed, they have. Well done, SofaScore. Get your comments coming in on any of the team news and whatnot. Remember, Chelsea go ahead And Brighton go ahead of everybody else tonight, kicking off 15 minutes earlier for our lovely friends over at Amazon to make sure they grab the entire TV audience. But I have to say the coverage is very good. For Brentford, who take on the might of Manchester City at 8:15, remember. And this one will be kicking off during the first half. We should be able to get a bit of this during our half times at some point, I guess. We'll flit around, put it that way. Brentford, Fernandes in goal. Sørensen, Janssen, and Pinnock. Probably switch Pinnock. He'll play left centre-back, not right centre-back. Roslev and Thompson are the wing-backs. Onyeka returns. That's good news. Jensen and Baptiste. Visa and Tony No and Buemo up front for the Bees. Manchester City. Obviously, I'm very pro-Brentford with my dearly departed hat, and I'll try and be impartial as I wince a little bit as I read these names, but it's going to be a long night, isn't it? Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Ake. 3 centre-backs there, isn't there? Interesting. De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, Grealish, Jesus. They got a hell of a good team, and that is all I'm going to say about that. Any comments on those Premier League games here? Nice, strong Chelsea lineup. Mickey Pulisic to score first tonight. Fulham, 58. Lookman has been in 2 of the last 3 teams to beat Liverpool. Woof. I love Lookman. He's great, isn't he? Silva, Cancelo and DS all in Owen's FPL team. A lot of you have been moaning to me about your FPL teams on Twitter this week. I understand your pain. They should have moved the deadlines for all of this postponement, shouldn't they? Don't know if you saw on my Twitter earlier. I had an absolute banquet today. Shaylee spoiled us, and my dear parents came over, and my sister and her husband. So, if I'm looking mostly rotund in this shot right now, it's because I'm absolutely full of food. A triple captain from Lukaku. Stay with us, Thomas. He's going to be celebrating any goals coming in there. FPL don't even start. He's given us and he knows Dave Diamond, doesn't he? A crap. There it is. You love to see it. Brandon keeping an eye on Cov. Let's get to the EFL. Brighton and Chelsea about to kick off. This is Blackburn and Barnsley. Kaminski returns for Rovers. Lenihan, Van Heck, Wharton. Remember, Wharton plays. Rovers win this season. Pickering, Niambe, Rothwell, Travis, Buckley, Cadra, Ben Brereton, Diaz. Is that Ben Brereton thing going to turn into, the people's elbow, where The Rock would do all sorts of jiggery pokery and then drop the elbow? Can anyone give me some moves for Ben Brereton, Diaz? Maybe I should just do the people's elbow. Look an idiot. There we go. Already sound one. Don't know. For Barnsley, God, they need a win. Collins, Hellick, Anderson, Kitching, Styles, Britton, Palmer, Benson, Adur, Iseka, Morris. It looks better balanced, doesn't it? It looks better balanced, but Blackburn are good at the moment. Strong favourites to win this one. Let me know if you're across Chelsea and Brighton on Amazon, because I might need your help for the first 5 minutes. I'll just have one eye on it and we'll go through the rest of the team news. Beautiful aerial shot from Amazon, actually, as the players, I guess they're about to kick off, take the knee, whatever's going on there pre-game. I need to give you some more team news. So let's head to Blackpool, where Middlesbrough are one of the form teams in the Premier League, in the Championship, along with Blackburn. And they visit Blackpool tonight. Let me know if you're across this one. If anyone's watching on iFollow, be interested to know what's what there. Grimshaw in goal for Poole. Gretarsson, Keogh returns. That's good news for Blackpool. Ekpiteta, Stirling, Chelsea Loney, and Husband are the wing-backs. Anderson, he's had a good season. Dougal, Connolly, Yates, and Medine. By the way, I did a data analysis dump today on Championship forwards, and Jerry H showed up quite well, actually, in terms of his nerdy numbers. Keep an eye on him. He's improving as the season goes on. For Borough, they're improving as the season goes on, for God's sakes. Lumley in goal, Dykesteel, Fry, McNair, Peltier and Jones. Crooks, Bamba and Tavernier. Surely that's going to be McNair playing in midfield and Bamba playing at centre-half. isn't it? Who knows? Hernandez and Spora up top for the Borough. They've played about 1 minute at Chelsea. I'm just going to keep going through mid-championship teams. Get your comments in as we go, as we await our first goal in the Wednesday night watch. And remember, we've only got one game going. It's lifted up to the back post. Lamptey's only about 4 foot nothing, isn't he? So Reece James wins it in the air from him. And we all lived happily ever after. Right, I'm interested to see this Millwall team, for goodness sake. Doesn't look terrible, I have to say. I was expecting to see a lot more unknown names, but we'll look on the bench. Coventry play Millwall. And Millwall, we think we're about one player away from cancelling this one, either one more injury or illness. But they're there, and that's not the worst team I've ever seen. Wilson in goal for Cov. Hyam, McFadzean, Rose, Matson, another Chelsea loanee, and Kane, Sheaf, Kelly, Walker, Godden, and Callum O'Hare for Millwall. So Białkowski, Hutchison, Pearce, Cooper, Wallace, McNamara, Mitchell, Saville, Ojo, Bennett, Bradshaw. That's strong. That is strong. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a freak show there. What I will say is on the bench for Millwall, Bassat, Topolage, apologies to him, I probably just butchered his name. Nana Boateng and Zach Lovelace, who we've all read today, is 15 years old. Zach Lovelace. Take a bow, Zach. On the bench in the championship at 15 years old. That is sensational. Zach Lovelace, let's hope he gets on. Imagine he get on and he scored. Wouldn't that be a fine thing? Hey, let's have a look at League One. Keep your eyes on the prize and what's going on at Stamford Bridge. 252 go on, Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. Right, what's Kieran McKenna doing with Ipswich Town then? Let's have a look. That's what he's come up with. Hladky in goal. Interesting. No Christian Walton around. Penny, Wolfenden, Edmondson, Donasian, Burns, Morsey, Evans, Aluko, Norwood, Bon. 4-4, F in 2, possibly. We'll have a look at the heat maps after and judge that one. We don't know a lot about, we've only got literally one sample size to look at in terms of one game in kind of watching from the stands, but we think he might have had some say in the last one. For Wickham, Stockdale, Stewart, Joseph, Jacobson, McCarthy, Abita, Thompson, Wheeler, Hanlon, McCleary, and Vokes. There we go. Let's get to some comments. Chelsea are coming up 4 minutes. And I was going to go to some comments, weren't we? There we go. No championship games on the red button. I've paid for Ipswich Wickham. Brilliant, Chris. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Coventry front three will target Pearce. No pace. Interesting. What else have we got in here? John, whiskey in hand. Ready for a Brentford massacre. We'll see how that one pans out. Matt, like Einstein said, the definition of insanity. Yeah, interesting. That championship striker video was actually the last video I watched on YouTube before this one. Hugh, you legend. Thank you very, very much. Tom Carroll used to be a class act, says Derry. Is he anymore? I wonder. 4-4 F in 2. You love to see it. Right, let's have a little look at Chelsea versus Brighton. By the way, can I do a couple of quick little plugs here? Please hit like if you're here already. That will draw more other people into the stream. Whether you're watching on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad, whatever, hit that like button right now. Go on. Go ahead and do it. Hit that like button. Do us a solid here. Help us out. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We are at 20,000. I think we're just at 20,200 now. A bit slow over the Christmas period, but hopefully we'll kick back in. And you can support financially if you want via super sticker or super chat at any point during the show. Woof. This is the Wednesday night watch along. Alliteration, everybody. Is it Wednesday? I hope it's Wednesday after all of that. It's a bit like the Saturday super stream, but on a Wednesday and with less games. and with Amazon involved as well. Get your early thoughts in on Chelsea and Brighton there. 6 minutes in now. I must admit I've been paying too much attention. More interested in your comments, to be blindly honest. QPR forever. Watching this on phone and someone building a log cabin in Canada on TV multi. There you go. It is Wednesday. Thank you, Brandon. Who the hell knows what day it is in this week of all weeks where everything gets a little bit lost. Have you all had a nice Christmas? Has everybody got to see their family or loved ones or however that works? Have you all drank a lot and eaten a lot? I hope so. Absolutely. Bugger all has happened, says Annie. Mount flicks that on looking for Lukaku. Mount brings it down. That is Hudson Odoi. Hudson Odoi coming in. Curls that one looking for the far post. Cucurella heads it away from Lukaku. It's like Reece James playing left wing back. Such a good player, isn't he? He could play anywhere. Bossed it in central midfield for his last part of his loan at Wigan. And there you go, Hugh. £5 on the super chat. Very, very kind, Hugh. Good link, actually. I was just talking about Reece James. Frankly, taking the mickey in the Championship, playing central midfield, aged 18 for Wigan. Wigan now hold the record of scoring in consecutive league games, 28, after Liverpool failed to score. So that goes into last season as well, Hugh. Yes. Impressive stuff. Up the Liam Richardson, let's just say. What do we got? Got the new Forest away shirt. Love to see it, Owen. Great stuff. A Lewis Hamilton Kelly. Yeah, what did you get for Christmas? It's a good shout. Reece James crosses in the corner. Sanchez a bit flippy flappy. Cucurella clears out looking for Lamptey. Doesn't quite get it. Lee, Dad keeps sticking repair shop on. Nice. Sounds like the same as what Dave was watching, Lee. Someone building a log cabin. Mountain James makes me feel, halcyon days, so close. John, you expect any deals to get done ready for the weekend? Transfer deals? You'd imagine so, wouldn't you? People will be talking now, won't they? Spent Christmas with Mum. Ate well. All went well and ate far too much. Nice. Alex, PCR result. I was able to see the family. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. No, Sarge. Yeah, come on, Wickham. I've got to leave my bias at the door, so I will say good luck, Wickham, tonight. But obviously an Ipswich win would do me just lovely, wouldn't it? Evening, Charlie. Nintendo Switch, very nice, Annie. Shaylee got one of those during lockdown as well. Mark's off to Bournemouth Cardiff tomorrow. Enjoy that one. Mark, down at the Vitality. Please, God, it survives. Randomly was brought a metal detector. Of course you were, Lee. Sensational. A smile from Mum, the best Christmas present ever. You love to see it. Connie, someone got me a West Ham. Dear. They actually spent 60 quid or whatever it is on a West Ham shirt. Dear me. John, great Christmas, eating too much. I have no idea what day it is. Feeling lovely. What are you going to do? Hey, what you get? I've been working the last time. I was on shift this morning and had the family over then at midday. Sorry, quick, tenuous story. They were due to arrive at midday and Shady said, can you get the plates out of the garage? We've got some extra plates when guests come over. So I go in the garage, 10 minutes later, I can't find the plates. I'm getting stressed. You know, I'm starting to get a bit sweaty, starting to get a bit grumpy. I'm like, are they in the loft? So then I have to go up into the loft. So I'm in the loft and then Enid needs a feed, of course, at the exact point I'm in the loft. And at that point, my dad arrives as well. And I can't bring the plates down the ladder without falling down the ladder or whatever. So, yeah, a very stressful, just to get 8 plates, basically. Joy, it's Lamptey into the box. Lamptey hits the shot left-footed. Did well, actually. Reece James followed him across, but Lamptey looks like he's started well. Maybe that's why Reece James is playing left wing-back. Ben's story time. You love it. The long and the short of it is prepare. Don't sort out the plates 15 minutes before everyone's due to arrive. And my dad always arrives. Do you know what? I said to my dad, I said, look, come at 12. Don't come before 12. He turns up at 10 to 12, of course, doesn't he? Dear oh me. I love him, but turn up when I tell you to, Dad, for God's sakes. Never mind. Got the Reading FC calendar. Unfortunately, most of the players will be gone. most of the games are gone at the moment for Reading as well. Hugh, honestly, Saturday hoping that on New Year's Eve we don't call off Accrington at home too. Well, isolation. Were the problems in your camp, or was it Fleetwood's? Moral of the story: don't put the plates in. Yeah, fair comment. Do you know? I think they went in the loft because they get brick dust and crap on them in the garage, don't they? Can't beat a spare chair. Everyone at different heights. Love it. Absolutely. Pass to the old snowball. Absolutely. Brighton coming down the left-hand side on the cover there. Christensen takes that away from Mopai. 11:30 gone in this one. As we wait for the kickoffs in all our games, they should be, if I click that button, ticking along the bottom. We've got Brentford and Man City also on Amazon starting 8:15. 7:45s in the Championship. Blackburn, Barnsley, Blackpool, Borough, Coventry and Millwall. And in League One, all 7:45s as well. Ipswich, Wickham, Morecambe Crew, Oxford, Wimbledon and Shrewsbury versus Accrington. Keep your comments coming as we await our first goal of the night. Again, I will reiterate that we only have one game going at the moment, and things will get tasty, I promise, in about 5 minutes. But I thought I'd better start before Chelsea kicked off, let's just say. Keep your comments coming in the chat. Let me know your best Christmas present as well. I'm interested. I want to know now. Unfortunately, for every one Christmas present I got, my 4-month-old daughter got about 7. So, yeah. If I were an attention seeker, which I'm not, I'd be very disappointed this Christmas because my daughter got all the attention. But that's how it should be, isn't it? Here's Rudiger for Chelsea. Driving forward, good carry by him, turns inside. Rudiger fed through to Lukaku and Brighton get it clear. Got nice and narrow, plenty of men in the way. As Piliqueta knocks that one down the line to Pulisic. And Chelsea retool. Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. We are 7:43. All the other games kick off in about 2 minutes. Ben's absolutely seething on the inside. To be fair, you reach my age, Annie, and you're not really asked. As long as the little one gets looked after. Hey, always hit like. It helps absolutely. 2 more games for Dieng, Cher, and Kake, and then they are off to the AFCON. Yeah, we'll have a look at that when that all starts. Did I watch any of the games on Boxing Day? Did I? I can't even remember Boxing Day. No, I don't think I did. I kind of think I was just flitting about, packing things away from getting back. We drove back from Chichester to Bedfordshire. We had 3 major roads to negotiate. We had an accident on the A3. The M25 was pathetic at Heathrow, as it always is. Accident on the M1. Had to drive through the middle of Luton to get back to where I live. So, yeah, nice. Christmas present is probably the new 3rd shirt. Lots of people got football shirts for Christmas. You'd love to see it. I got a nice PK shirt. It says Carbos. Carbos PK. No, Carlos Puyol. What's PK's first name? Gerard. One for you Peep Show fans. Jorginho. Lukaku. Brighton clear. Territory-wise, looks like Chelsea have just stepped things up the last few minutes. Oliver, watching from Nottingham in a nice Hilton hotel. Ready for the game tomorrow. Must be mad. Beautiful. Go and empty the minibar, Oliver. Lovely stuff. Martin, getting news. Looks like Cov Luton is off on New Year's Day. Can't remember Boxing Day. Usually means a good Christmas. Of course it does. Time check, Owen. We're not really in watch-along mode, to be honest, Owen. We're just going to be darting about in between games. Hopefully, the goals are going to start flowing. And remember, I'm on Amazon as well, so I'm watching through an app, so it won't be lining up quite. I'm at 15:30, so you're probably 30, 40 seconds behind. What's actually happening on my feed, Chelsea have themselves a corner. If you want, we can play first goal. And first goal could be at Stamford Bridge. Could be at Brentford, even though they're kicking off. Hey, it's Man City, isn't it? Half an hour after everyone and 45 minutes after Chelsea. Could be. A corner comes in. Flappy again a little bit from Sanchez. Oh, Chelsea hit the post. Azpilicueta kind of poked it goalwards, tried to force it in. It dribbled towards goal, flick near post by Rudiger. Oh, Sanchez got himself in all kinds of trouble, didn't he, there? First goal. Let me know where you think it might be. Will it be at Ewood Park? Will it be at Bloomfield Road? Will it be at the Rico? Oh, sorry, the CBS as it's called now. Will it be at Portman Road? Will it be at what's Morecambe Stadium called? I can't remember. Oxford, that's the Cassam. Shrewsbury, I can't even think what that one's called either. Gay Meadow in my day, Shrewsbury. Here come Brighton with Moda down the right. And knocks that one back inside to Lallana, to Lamptey. Crossing position. He pings it into Lallana, though, holds it up. Lallana, Moda, Lamptey. It's all in front of Chelsea. Basuma. Across it goes. Cucurella, he's going to hit the shot. He was never going to score from there. You can tell from his body language. Just dribbles along the floor. And out it goes for a goal kick. It's the Wednesday night watch-along. Where's the first goal going to be? Luton, Ewood, Ipswich, the Mazuma. Which one's that? Morecambe. City will take some stopping. Absolutely. About to kick off at Portman Road. Wickham have forced Ipswich to switch. Of course they have. Wickham, they're all over it, aren't they? Dave thinks it'll be at Rovers. Shrewsbury, the Montgomery Waters Meadow. Yeah, you love it. Portman Road, Blackpool. Morecambe, what's the Globe Arena? Changed to the Mazuma Stadium. Unbelievable scenes. Lee, was watching a clip the other day when Ellery got mic'd up. Never knew the clubs were told, but no one at Arsenal told the players. Yeah. Was he getting a bit of treatment, poor old David Ellery? Oliver, you legend. £4.49 on the Super Chat. The bar is definitely calling. Have a drink on me. Looking forward to seeing the City ground. First time you thought, I love the City ground. Yeah, tremendous ground. You'll be sat in the corner behind the goal if you're in the away end. The loud home fans are to your side, above you, and over in the Peter Taylor stand. And look out for the Brian Clough video and whatnot before the game. All good. Always like going to the City ground. And that City ground, oh, miss rolling in from the Trent. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, City ground. Yeah, very nice. Good place to go and watch football. We're still waiting for a goal. You lot. Meat pie, sausage roll. Come on, anyone. Gives a goal. Big boot forward by Dan Byrne of Brighton. It goes all the way through to Edouard Mendy. Remember your bets for first goal. We should get pictures on the Gillette show. We're seeing something from Blackburn here. Looks like Kadra running in behind. Oh, it's a good chance. A big chance early on. He stopped. He doesn't know what's going on. He stuck it in the net, actually. Ref blew for a foul. Kadra went through. Interesting one, that one. Oh, that's a really controversial one because one Barnsley player bashed into the other. Kadra continued. To be fair to the ref, he stops the game. You can see in the background there, he stops the game well before Kadra's kind of in on goal. But it was one Barnsley player jumping into the other, and then they stopped for a head injury. So obviously we hope the player who's down is okay. But yes, far be it for me to imply nefarious intent on anyone, but sometimes we do get some interesting head injuries that do appear to be tactical on occasion. But I'm saying nothing. What do we got? Forest away is great. It's a good away day, isn't it, Forest? I'm going on the 3rd of January as well. You're right in the town centre, and the cricket ground's right next door as well, and the Trent is right there. If you go in the summer, you're going to sit down with the Forest fans and have a beer on the Trent. Good place to go and watch football. There, Charlie, not a bad turnout for Millwall fans. It's Millwall, isn't it? They always turn out, don't they? Jez, the Owls are hoping for an Ipswich win. Good. I hope they summon some good luck. Referee Dean is chatting away with Mark Cucurella, pronunciation. And when the ball hits the goal, it's not Shearer or Coyle, it's Asaba. I thought it's Zamora. Old Brighton song, that one, isn't it? Mr. E, credit to the Fulham fans. Still walk from Craven Cottage to the SCL in aid of mental health. Even though they need to get, well done, the Fulham fans. I hope they've raised plenty for charity there. Good stuff. Alex, O'Hare and Walker already causing problems. That for Coventry, that front three there. Eugene, I think the EFL needs VAR in this league. Well, I think it's coming, isn't it? Johnny, ready to watch The Walking Dead with us, guys? Well, there you go. Jake, weird one about Brighton recalling Ostigard. Thoughts, Ben? Maybe they've got someone lined up for him to go out on loan to because he's not automatic first choice at Stoke. I don't know. We'll see. It seems like it's happening, though, doesn't it? And Stoke are viewing it as freeing up wages, but Stoke are also without Harry Suter, aren't they? So yeah, we'll see what transpires with that one. Are we going to get some pictures from commentary? No, and they just went to Johnny Phillips. No goals yet in any of our games. Come on, you lot. Summon us a goal. Thoughts on Force to Forest? Yeah, Force is going to be... He's definitely available on loan, isn't he, from Brentford? Oh, Basuma was carrying that for Brighton. It was a counter. He had two ahead of him. He had Lamptey and Mopai, and it looked like the angle was to Mopai, and he tried to reverse it through to Lamptey. Looked like a decent transition they were on there, Brighton. 23 gone at Chelsea, 0-0. Everyone else has kicked off now. No goals. Brighton looking fairly nifty on transition in the last couple of minutes. Here they come again. Lallana knocks that one out to the left-hand side. Work back into Basuma and back to Dan Burn. Brighton just happy to keep the ball. Lamptey's got it down the right. And when you're sitting in row Z and the ball hits your head, that's Zamora. I thought Zamora was good for Fulham. A very good player for most clubs he played for, Bobby Zamora. You don't play as many games at the top level as he did without or score as many goals, for God's sake. Here's Mopai running against Christensen. Just gets his feet in a muddle there. Forward come Chelsea, Lukaku. Lukaku's got Mount on an overlap. Here is Mount, hits the shot. Sanchez saves on the near post. Few games going on in League Two as well. Oh, huge chance for Stevenage at Swindon there. We thought we were going to get any kind of goal. Just give me a goal to talk about. Goodness me. If I disappear, I've gone to build a log cabin in the wilderness. Oh, there you go. When the ball hits the net, if it's not Gus Poyet, it's Zamora. That was the Spurs version. Well, there you go. When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Reece James is holding his left knee, shin. Let's see where he rubs. Knee. Thomas Tuchel looks concerned, as do all of us England fans as well, as we still await our first goal tonight on the Wednesday night watch-along. It's coming. It's coming, I tell you, it's coming. Looks like James is done. They're incommunicado with the bench. Trev Chalobah was limbering up a few minutes ago. Chelsea, let me just bring their team up. Azpilicueta can obviously move to play wide, can't he? But they're a bit hamstrung there already of playing Pulisic wide, if that is indeed the plan. As always, looked fairly innocuous. They always do, though, don't they? James is limping away. Looks like he's in pain. Reece James. So hopefully he's okay. Big favourite of ours on the channel back from the Wigan days. Ben, you won't believe what's happened at Portman Road, says Anna. And Chris later on in the feed says, Morsey booked for a late tackle. You got to get in there against Wickham, haven't you? Get in there. Yeah, red card for Sammy Morsey incoming then. Lewis with Bielik set to be back in action. Really think we have a chance of staying up if we can keep our players. We was in top 6 form over 15 games when Bielik in. Different time, wasn't it? That would have obviously been last season. And even then, a better squad of players and a better situation. Look, I keep saying about Darby, what they're doing is admirable. And I keep saying, talk to me in 10 games. I don't think they'll do it. But if we're sat here in 7 games and they've won 5, drawn 1 and lost 1 and stuck 16 points on, we'll have a conversation. But yeah, they are going pretty manfully at it. Corner to Chelsea. Outswinger comes in. Lukaku powers the header home. And by God, we have a goal at last. Romelu Lukaku is back. And he powers the header in. It's Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. And any of you guys here that play football at any level will know that it should be very difficult to get a free header from a corner. It's a dreadful bit of marking from Brighton. Lukaku has scored. You tell me, guys, is Lukaku a flat track bully? Does he score in the big games? Or does he just demolish Aston Villa and Brighton, teams in the middle? I don't know. I like him a lot as a player. But Chelsea got 2 games coming up in January. Consecutive. They play Liverpool and Man City. And I think Chelsea fans would like to see Lukaku scoring in both of those games. There was Lukaku against Mopai from the corner. God's sakes. What a mismatch that is. They're just checking the goal. Didn't look like any kind of foul to me. Just looked like Lukaku was just way bigger and way stronger. The VAR has checked it and given a goal. I think rightly so. Referee Dean has heard. Looks like Middlesbrough got a chance up at Blackpool. Ooh. Ball fizzed across the 6-yard box from the right-hand side by Paddy McNair. We suspected he might be playing in midfield, given that SofaScore projected Sol Bamba would be there. To be fair, I've seen Sol Bamba play in midfield, play pretty well, actually. Lukaku's having a good old powwow with Tuchel, but Chelsea lead 1-0 against Brighton, and we have our first goal. Mopai's actually cut on his nose, but look, that doesn't mean it was a foul. We've seen people, I don't know, just a thumbnail or whatever as you're moving catches you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a foul, does it? Let's get some comments in. Yes, he is, Ben. His record against top 4 sides is dismal. There we go. Brandon, no shots for either teams, Coventry or Millwall. Matt, underappreciated at Man United, should have adapted for him, that being Lukaku. It isn't Sammy Morsey without a booking. Well, there you go. And he's got one. Can he play on a yellow card is the question. So we've got 1 goal in our games so far. Lukaku is channeling his inner Dominic Solanke there with his little bit he's done for camera. Ooh. And being an archer. Speaking of archers, we expect Archer to be in goal for QPR once DN goes to the AFCON. Here's Cucurella for Brighton. March, Basuma. Penny booked. Free kick comes to Ipswich. We've had 2 bookings already. How long have we played? 15 minutes. Red card at Portman Road. Anybody get on it? I think we're seeing a chance for Oxford here. Oh, how has he not scored that? Who was that? Taylor? A huge chance for Oxford. They should be in front against Wimbledon. Clear 1-on-1 there. trying to shape it in the far corner. Too close to the keeper. Oxford should be in front. Meanwhile, at Stamford Bridge, 31 gone on my Amazon feed. You might be ahead of me. Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. Lukaku just powering the header in on 28. Direct from a corner. Not the greatest marking in the world. Corner from Mount. He gets the assist if you've got him in your fantasy team. The VAR had a look at Lukaku vs Mopai. It just looked like he was too big and too strong for him, to be honest. Call me old school. Who do you support? Says Spencer. There's a clue on the door, Spencer. Free kick, Brighton. Still no goals in the Championship or indeed League One. We've got 3 Championship games there. Blackburn, Barnsley, Blackpool, Borough and Coventry, Millwall, all 0-0 at the 15-minute mark. We're just getting, it looks like a Barnsley chance. Callum Britton bends that one left-footed. Looked like a fairly comfortable save for Thomas Kaminski there down to his right. Just got a good push away there with the right hand. 0-0 on shots at Ewood. 65% of possession to the visitors. A riveting style of play. Oh, yes. Got Mount and Lukaku. Oh, there you go, Thomas. He's clear. Oh, we did triple captain Lukaku. There we go. Laughing. In comes the corner for Brighton, headed away by Azpilicueta. And I think we have a goal in League One. I'll stay calm because we often get duff information. But if this goal is what we think it is, no, disallowed. I will say no more. They've gone to Bianca Westwood at Portman Road. Looks like Ipswich have had a goal disallowed. Let's have a look. Where's Burns? Out to Aluko. He goes into the box, bangs it across low. Macaulay Bon, was it? Looking very, very offside. Sticks it in. He does something that really annoys me. Goes like that to the linesman. 99% of the time when a striker scores and it gets disallowed and they go like that to the linesman, they're actually offside. And it's kind of like we should collect up all these people that do that and say, no, apologise to poor old linesman. You said he was wrong. He wasn't. And in front of a home crowd where everybody believes you. There we go. Anyway, Ipswich had the ball in the net. Disallowed. Jake, what have you missed? Not a lot so far, matey. Ipswich had a goal and it was offside, as Eugene says. Chelsea lead against Brighton. I was just going through. No goals in the Championship. We've got 4 games in League One. No goals there either. Although Ryan says should be 1-1 in the Blackpool game. League One Goal Fest, says Jez. Yeah. Or not, as the case may be. Ipswich 0, Wickham 0, Morecambe 0, Crewe 0, Oxford 0, Wimbledon 0. We said Oxford should be in the lead. Shrewsbury 0, Accrington 0. Blackburn had the ball in the net. Oxford should have been in the lead. Not a lot happening so far. It's going to pick up, I promise. Here's Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea. Just drifting across from left to right. Oh, Blackburn are in the clear again. Oh, my God. It's the inside of the post. Goodness me, how close was that? It flashed up on the screen. How Blackburn haven't scored there. I couldn't quite see who it was. It might have been Ben Brereton Diaz. Curved it around the keeper, hit the inside of the post and came like right along the line as well. Blackburn inches away there. Frank, slippers on, red wine sipped, footies on, life's good. Yeah, I got to the point, Frank, today where I'd had a few glasses of red when my parents were over. And you have to like draw a line, don't you? Else you know that you just hours and hours and hours of drinking all in a row. So I'm on the coffee and the Pepsi Max Cherry. Other drinks are available. Was Mate Vidra close to making my list of best? You haven't watched the video, have you, Lewis? No, it's based on the first half of this season. Obviously, Vidra is playing in the Premier League, isn't he? with Burnley. So no, my Championship striker video today was based on the first half of this season and the data alone. I tried my best to get people to look at the data, but a lot of them just pick their striker from their favourite team, which is a bit boring, isn't it? A bit low information, but what are you going to do, hey? What are you going to do? People love their teams, don't they? Crew have just gone close at Morecambe, at the Mazuma Stadium, which I was struggling with earlier in the broadcast. Where are the goals tonight? Only one goal in any of the games scored by Romelu Lukaku, although Brighton are on the attack here. Crossed in, cleared away. Basuma drives the shot in. Easy save for Edouard Mendy. What nationality is Mendy? He's off to the AFCON, isn't he? We've gone back to Bianca Westwood at Portman Road. What is going on? I can't hear you, Bianca. I've got the sound off because it will come down my mic. Who's watching? It looks like another chance for Ipswich. Burns down the right. Looks like they're having some joy down there. Oh, that's a big chance there. Macaulay Bonne. It's a really good save, actually. I guess it's Stockdale, is it, for Wickham? Bonne probably should have scored that, shouldn't he? It looks like Ipswich get some joy down their right-hand side with Wes Burns and Shone Aluko. Keep me in touch. Keep me posted. Pepsi Max Cherry, greater than Pepsi Max. Yeah, I agree, Hugh. I think I've converted over. I think water's better than both, but hey, maybe that can be my New Year's resolution. Lewis rated Ben Brereton Diaz when he came to Derby. Ripped us apart. Yeah, he's just at it this season, isn't he? Great save by Wickham keeper from point blank range. Chris, Ipswich look like they're doing all right in that game, don't they? Despite having a couple of bookings. Wonder where Russ is this evening. Wonder if he's singing anti-Gilmore songs. Can I just say I've got some sympathy for Norwich fans on Billy Gilmore, because literally every game the Chelsea fans they see Norwich lose and they think Gilmore's wasted there and all of that. Gilmore is like, you couldn't pick a worse player to put in a team that's bottom of the Premier League than a young kind of silky central midfielder who's massively hyped after playing all right for Scotland in a very defensive performance against England, and where they drew 0-0 and he sat behind everyone and completed a few passes. I've been on record many times saying about poor old Gilmore, let the guy play. He's only played about 15 games in his career. But you get this between the Chelsea and the Norwich fans every game, and Gilmore has not been good for Norwich at all. So I've got some sympathy. And then the Chelsea fans pipe up every game saying how amazing he is. And it's like, nah, it's not. Bless him. It's not quite working defensively playing in central midfield for Norwich, which isn't an easy job this season. But I do have some sympathy. And, of course, the F off back to Chelsea chants got put around social media nice and quickly yesterday, didn't they? Here is Lamptey. Oh, look at that power by Ruddock. Oh, Ruddock going to be in trouble here. He absolutely threw himself into the tackle. And was he endangering the player, I wonder? Referee Dean has got the yellow card out. Referee Dean's just trying to buy himself some time. Do you know, I thought Ruddock was going to win that as clean as anything there, but Lamptey's so quick, isn't he? Absolutely throws himself in. Ruddock, he's got the yellow card. I'd like to see a replay of that, actually. Lamptey's so quick, isn't he? Look. Do you know what it is? It's a good decision by referee Dean. It looked like it was going to be a bad tackle. He actually gets there ahead. So he's kind of not throwing himself into the tackle, but past the front of the player. So less like he's endangering him. So I think that's the right decision. There, we've got a goal. Yes, we've got a goal at last. Blackburn 1, Barnsley 0. A team in very good form at the top of the table, a table against a team in very bad form at the bottom of the table. Blackburn lead Barnsley 1-0. And we will bring up a live league table as well. I think we're going to get to see that goal if I look way over to my right. Glenn Murray, who knows a lot about scoring goals. Oh, no, but it started with Barnsley in possession. Palmer gives it away, slid through the middle, and it's a horrible goal. Yeah, Joe Rothwell sticks it in the back of the net, and Barnsley down at the bottom of the table just hand Blackburn a goal. Ramal Palmer gives it away. Rothwell, who we know is really good at driving from midfield, but he's had it way too easy there. And Blackburn lead. Let's just get you a live championship table so we can see what that does at the top of the league. Look at that. You're going to like this for a bit of competition. Blackburn are 1 point off the top of the table. Sensationally. Obviously, Fulham are now going to have a game in hand, of course. But Blackburn are going to be on 45 points. And I've forgotten my numbers. Someone look it up for me. I think, is this like 9 wins in 11? I think, if they do win this one. Quite incredible, the run that Blackburn were on. We also said earlier in the game that Oxford should have taken the lead against Wimbledon. And they have now. So we'll take a look at that. Mark Sykes has given Oxford the lead. They got all the way to the playoff semi-finals. I think the past 2 seasons, haven't they? I think might have even been in the playoff final, weren't they, against Wickham? I'm trying to remember. Sykes is the scorer. Lots of replays of the Ruddock tackle there. Did he use excessive force or did he endanger the opponent? I'd be interested to know what Mark Clattenburg's saying. Amazon have got him on as a talking head. I didn't think he did, I have to say. He did. He does kind of come in with 2 feet, but not into the tackle. He's in front of the player. Both his feet sandwich the ball, and then Lamptey goes over. So it's not a 2-footed tackle on the player. And I think he gets there first. So I don't think it meets the serious foul play straight red criteria, which you worry about as soon as you see someone throw themselves in to a tackle like that. What do we got in the chat here? We've gone to Coventry. What's going on here? O'Hare bustling through the middle, and Bielkowski makes the save for Millwall. Ola, Sheffield United Borough. On New Year's Day, the return of Chris Wilder. That will be emotionally charged, will it? Won't it? Oh, Bielkowski, after making a good save, flapping from the corner, hooked over the top of the crossbar. Chris, don't judge a player by the way they play at Norwich. Remember, we also had Kane briefly on it. A fair comment, Chris. Very, very fair comment, my friend. John Buckley with the assist. Yeah, he's doing well. John Buckley. I think we're going to see the Sykes goal for Oxford. They work their way down the left-hand side. Sykes waiting sort of on the penalty spot. He's got time to touch and finish. And sticks it in the back of the net. Oxford 1, Wimbledon 0. Let me just give you a live League One table. So you can see how that's shaking out for Oxford. In fact, it moves them into 6th position there, 42. Now, if what's the goal difference look like? Yeah, so an Ipswich goal would actually bump Oxford up to 5th because Wickham would drop down an extra point and their goal difference is superior. So things looking good for Oxford so far. They're 1-0 up. They lead against AFC Wimbledon. Mark Sykes with the goal. Brentford, Man City kick off. Just give me a show of hands. Yeah, if you're watching that one. Matt, we're down. Yeah, really not good, is it? Let's just have a look at Barnsley in the live league table. And yeah, you know me, I'm always one for points projections and whatnot. Sorry, let me give you a better view than that. There we go. So Barnsley, 14 points. If they lose today, 14 from 24. Low tide or not, you're looking at 45 to survive is the normal number. So if it was 45, Barnsley would need 31 points from the remaining 22 games. They've scored 14 from 24. So you're looking at a very, very big improvement needed. Great question, Plucky. Will Barnsley keep Asbaghi next season if they go to League One? I think they will, actually, won't they? Matt, worst point in the season for 121 years at Barnsley. It's all a little bit masked by Derby's points deduction, isn't it? They would be, let me bring that table up again, they'd be well bottom. There'd be 5 points adrift, wouldn't they? Derby would be at 28 points. Yes, Forest Derby coming up. Will I do a watch along? If it's in a good spot, yes. Owen, although I have to say, Owen, your Derby Forest games haven't been very interesting in recent years. I suppose we got that late equaliser, didn't we? Who put that in? Chris Martin for Derby, but a lot of 0-0s and 1-1s in recent years in the Brian Clough Derby match. Here's Mopai, edge of the box. Mopai knocks that one back. McAllister hits the shot. Saved by Edouard Mendy. Anyone know Edouard Mendy's nationality? He's is he Senegalese? He's off to the AFCON, isn't he? The Chelsea keeper, good player. Robin, how many times have Rotherham gone up from League One? I believe Rotherham have had something like 6 promotions in the last 2 or 3 decades. A couple of them would be from League Two to League One, though. But yeah, very, very frequently. Yeah, Senegal. And yes, he's off to AFCON. Ola, will Norwich get more points than Sheffield United got last season in the Premier League? 23. Looks like they're going to be around that total, doesn't it? They're not projecting that many at the moment, are they? Time added on. What we'll do at halftime in the Chelsea game, we'll flit across to Brentford and Manchester City. So if anyone can give me a little abridged version of what's happened. Christensen had his foot really high in the box there. Mopai went in for the header, and Mopai's clever. I'm surprised if that foot went anywhere near his head that he didn't throw himself to the ground, because he would have got a penalty, of course, wouldn't he? If he won the ball first, of course. Not many goals to talk about, even fewer away goals. 0 away goals, in fact, in our game so far. Chelsea 1, Brighton 0, Lukaku. Blackburn 1, Barnsley 0, Rothwell. And Oxford 1, Wimbledon 0, Sykes. Not a lot going on yet, so keep that chat going. We're in the 4 minute stoppage time. I'm going to get my remote ready because I'm an absolute Luddite here. Dan Van Cleef, what a legend. 10 quid on the super chat. Thank you, Dan Van Cleef, who super chats a lot, actually. Very, very kind, or super sticker. I'll drink to that, my friend. Thank you, Dan. Let us know if there's a message that comes with that, and I'll get that one read out. No, Sarge. Can I ask, are you surprised at Wycombe being where they are? Absolutely not, no, Sarge. No, you can't ask that. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, I am surprised. And Ainsworth's turned them into a really, really competitive League One side. And, I mean, they're not that far above their level. I don't want to be disparaging to Wycombe, but you'd kind of have their level at middle of League One, somewhere 3rd tier, trying to be in the top half of the 92. And they're pushed really, really well under Ainsworth. He's done a tremendous job, hasn't he? We've got another goal in League One. We say thank you to Dan again. Morecambe 1, Crew 0. Cole Stockton, anybody, do you reckon? Let me just... Oh, God, I should have pressed back there, not home. Sorry. I told you I was a Luddite. I've got to go all the way down to apps now. It's amazing that in one button you can just destroy everything. We've gone to Neil Mellor to see this Morecambe goal as I try and navigate myself across the Brentford versus Man City on Amazon. Ball stuck in the corner, swung into the box. Good goal, actually. Diving header from Greg Lee, who's wearing number 3. I won't profess to be too knowledgeable about Greg Lee, the Morecambe number 3. But I assume he's up from left back or left wing back there to score that. So decent goal. Right. Brentford 0, Man City 0. We will dive in on this one. Can anyone give me a précis of the first 6 minutes? I know nothing. Well, I know that Morecambe have taken the lead against Crewe. Still no away goals tonight, but hey, we've got Man City on the box now. They're normally good for at least 3 or 4 goals in every single game they play, aren't they? Fernandinho Diaz is clipped over the top looking for De Bruyne. Another couple of chances for Middlesbrough in the game up at Blackpool. A couple of really good blocks there. Looked like Callum Connolly possibly made the block. Oh, someone got it in the knackers there, didn't they? Ekpiteta, I think, at the back. Brick wall in it there, getting in the way by any means necessary. So Chelsea is half-time. They're leading 1-0. So as things stand, everything's good because Man City are dropping points at the moment because they haven't scored yet, basically. But give them time. Here's Bernardo Silva. Grealish. Grealish looks like Foden's gone full Gaza again with the bleached hair. He's good enough to pull that haircut off, though, isn't he? Eh? Oh, God, it looks like Blackburn are completely in the clear again. Oh, how have they... Honestly, Blackburn should be about 3-0 up against Barnsley. Ben Brereton Diaz was in the clear, just waiting for that ball to be slid across, and it was under hit by Cadra. And they'd also hit the inside of the post as well, Rovers, hadn't they? So this one could get away from Barnsley if they're not careful. It could go 2-3, you name it. Looks like Blackburn are all over them from what I have seen. Aspargi has shown nothing, I'm afraid. No, he hasn't yet, has he? Have to agree. Lovely cushioned head. It was a good goal, wasn't it? A big goal for Morecambe down at the bottom of League One. Maybe Norwich should have gone for Wilder. Yes, a possible sliding doors moment there. Oxford. Oh, Stevenage had come so close there against Swindon. Oxford have gone 2-0 up. Oxford 2, Wimbledon 0. Oxford go 2-0 up. We'll find out about that on Gillette on Sky. Man City just trying to get the ball over to Foden there at the back post. Can't quite get there. Otter Carman. I hope Accrington should get an away goal. We'll see. Dave, we had 1 shot, 1 goal against Baggies this season, taken 4 points off them. Efficient. Matt Taylor is the goal scorer for Oxford. I don't think I've missed the goal. Ben, can we get a timestamp on the City game? Go on. I'm at 9 minutes and 12. I'll give you a proper one if you really want one. I'll give you a countdown. Right, I do want to see this goal from Oxford, though. Matthew Taylor has put Oxford 2-0 up. They're looking good for ending the day in the playoff spots. They're in 6th as things stand. Could be even better if Ipswich can do something against Wickham. They could finish the day in 5th place. Here comes the goal. It's really good from Oxford. Cut them open down the right. Beautiful cross. And good teams score tap-ins. We've said that many, many times, and that's a good goal by Oxford. Chelsea, 7 penalties this season. Someone's got to be the most, Robin. I don't know if there's a subtext to your comments. They've also got one of the best penalty takers. I put Jorginho up there with Ivan Toney, who's just flicked the ball on as we speak. Who do I think should replace Jeff Stelling on Soccer Saturday next season? I don't know who I think it should be. Either this guy I'm watching now, Jules, or if they're going to go for something new, maybe Laura Woods, who does TalkSport, if they want to really make a change and, go to a female, which, look, Laura Woods is obviously very talented, but you know how these things roll. Sometimes they just want to change, don't they? And it's not really about who's coming in. It's about who's been there and the show looking and sounding different. Ben Brereton Diaz has just got in down the left-hand side. And I really think if Blackburn get 2 up against Barnsley before half-time, that one could could really string out and be a long, long night. Ola, do you think Oxford have a chance to get promoted? Of course, they'll be there, but it's crowded in League One. It is crowded, as I know, being an Ipswich fan. Here's Bernardo Silva for Man City. Foden, Grealish. Foden back to Grealish. Nathan Ake. Looks like he's playing left back, actually. Inside it goes. Cancelo, who's in everybody's fantasy team, isn't he? De Bruyne, who's also probably in everybody's fantasy team. Laporte to Diaz. Man City just keeping the ball, as they're very, very good at. Visa looks like he's fouled, but looks like Dominic Thompson's coming forward into the box for Brentford. He gets the shot off. I reckon he could have got a free kick there if he'd stopped. But he kept going. And here come Man City on the break now. Grealish. Grealish to Foden. Foden's cross takes a deflection. And Mads Sørensen heads it away. As Grealish was running with that ball, I was going to say, Grealish, one of the best ball carriers in the league. And he had De Bruyne to his right and Foden to his left. And I thought, they've got three of the best ball carriers in the same blooming midfield, haven't they? What are you going to do? Robin, my Christmas sport. Norwich lost 5-3. England bowled out for 68. And Van Goen, I assume he's a darts player. No, I don't Van Goen. Van Goen, the bald fella. He's the main guy in the darts, isn't he? Not that I follow it, I have to say. Plucky, great question, Plucky. Thoughts on John Terry not joining the EFL club as manager? Really disappointed, Plucky. I really want to see him do what Lampard did and come and take a manager's job. Love to see him in the Championship. I think he's done a long apprenticeship now at Villa, hasn't he, as a coach. He's going to work Chelsea Academy, I think. Consultant, though, so it's not full-time, isn't it? Everyone's saying my Amazon's ahead of him. Pass, got no clue. It's smart TV, so it's only internet access. I don't know why. A shot from the halfway line for Brentford by Matt Jensen. Doesn't go terribly near the goal. Edison miles off his line, but shanked it quite badly to the right. Norwich v Ipswich in the Championship next season? I don't think so. Robin, you absolute legend. 20 Aussie dollars. SuperStream Fund and Boreham Wood for League 2. Absolutely. We'll go get on it. Visa comes in. Oh, good save by Edison. I think that came off a Manchester City head there. Diaz, was it? I couldn't quite see. Was it Laporte? Thank you again, Robin. Lovely super chat there. Very, very kind. That's a good save. Really good save by Edison. He wasn't expecting that to come at him. I thought that Power Taylor was the main man. I don't know, Frank. Who's the main man in the darts? I bet it's Van Gerwen, isn't he? He sounds like the world number one. Is that Welsh fella who's good, though, isn't there, as well? Corner, Brentford. And it comes from Jensen. Pinnock's free. Visa. Oh, good save. Oh, how have Brentford not scored? Oh, my God. Christ alive. Corner goes in and it's literally looping across the goal line. It was Pinnock. Have they not seen Brentford before and scouted Pinnock? Every corner goes to Pinnock, for God's sakes. It goes right across the goal line. Visa hit the shot. It's another good save, actually, by Edison. Ivan Toney jumps. He's about 1 inch away from heading it in. Oh, God. I cannot understand how that ball stayed out of the net there. Brentford should be in front against Man City then. And everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm because you know what's happened. Ipswich 1, Wickham 0, everybody. Goodness me. James Norwood has scored. De Bruyne crosses in. Forde! Oh, no! No! Brentford come so close. Ivan Toney an inch away from heading it in. What happens next? Man City are Man City, aren't they? They go straight up the other end. The ball swung in. Phil Foden impudently just opens up his body, side foots it in. That is so galling for Brentford. They should have taken the lead about 30 seconds ago. The cross comes in from De Bruyne. Look, it's a beautiful cross. Oh, is he going to be offside? No, Pinnock's heels playing him on. It's such a good finish, I have to say, by Foden. Brentford 0, Manchester City 1. That's the difference, isn't it? Yeah, he's going to be onside, isn't he? They're checking the VAR, but it looks like he's on. And what a shocker as well. Blackburn 1, Barnsley 1. Where on earth has that come from? I thought Blackburn were going to be about 4 up by half-time. Goodness me. So, lots of goals flying in. James Norwood has scored for Ipswich. Ipswich 1, Wickham 0. And somehow, Barnsley are going to go in, not losing at Blackburn, when they look like they should have been about 3 or 4 down. They will take it. An equaliser for Barnsley. We'll hopefully get a look. Hands up if you've got Foden or De Bruyne in your fantasy team. And we're now about to find out who scored for Barnsley. It looks like Britain down the right-hand side is bouncing about. Callum Stiles is in the box from Al Palmer. It's all very messy. Looks like Carlton Morris. Oh, God, that's an ugly, ugly goal. Ball's bouncing about the box. Kind of comes off Kaminsky, in off the post, rolls along the line. In it goes. They could have cleared that about 8 times, Blackburn, couldn't they? Oh, God. Oh, that is an ugly, ugly goal. But Barnsley will be really pleased. Even takes a deflection, hits the post. There's about 5 awkward bounces in there. But Barnsley will take it. Blackburn 1, Barnsley 1 at half-time. And hopefully we're going to get to see James Norwood's goal for Ipswich. Ipswich lead 1-0 against Wickham. Yeah, here we go. Gone to Bianca Westwood. And I'm guessing it's going to come from down the right-hand side. And Norwood's going to finish it off inside the 6-yard box. It looks like I'm going to be right. Throw in into Bon. Bon holds it up. It bounces off Morsey. They get a bit lucky, to be fair. The keeper then parries it out, and James Norwood just taps it in to the net. Wickham, known as a good set play team, but they did not deal with that Ipswich throw-in at all well. Bit of a lucky bounce off Morsey, I have to say, even as an Ipswich fan. Goes straight into the middle of the box, parried, and Norwood then just sticks it into the net. Woof. Ipswich 1-0. Couple of ricochets, a bit fortunate. I think we agree on that, Chris. Iain, it will stop Wickham from time wasting. Ian's words, not mine. David, just been watching Borough match, pretty even. I've had a few chances. Not the best half of football. Also, I have the Rona. Oh, dear. Get well soon, my friend. Feels like we just still need to get it ticked off at the moment, this Omicron, doesn't it? Seeing lots of replays of Phil Foden's goal there. Brilliant player, Foden, isn't he? But you can say that for pretty much all of the Manchester City players. It's just so frustrating for Brentford, who literally were an inch away from Ivan Toney just nodding that ball into the net about 30, 40 seconds before, and Man City straight up the other end and scored. Woof. So we've got some goals to talk about now. We're half-time in a lot of our championship games. So we just keep an eye on Brentford and Man City. If you want, I'll stay here. Or if you want, we can go back to Chelsea and Brighton. We can flick around, can't we? So it's Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. Does anyone know if they kicked off in the second half yet? Is that about 15 minutes ago that they stopped? I can't think. Lukaku. I need to change the ticker there because that should say Brentford 0, Man City 1. Foden of England. Blackburn 1, Barnsley 1. Rothwell. And then, honestly, it looked like Blackburn were going to go 2-3 up. And then Barnsley equalised. Carlton Morris at the end of the first half. Blackpool 0, Borough 0, Coventry 0, Millwall 0. Let me know if anyone's on iFollow watching either of those, how those ones are shaking out. Ipswich 1, Wickham 0. James Norwood is in good form. Scores again. Morecambe 1, Crewe 0. Oxford 2, Wimbledon 0. Shrewsbury 0. Accrington 0. So we'll be mainly focused now on Brentford Man City for the next. Well, here comes Tony. Tony gets fouled by Nathan Ake, who some argue is the most expensive championship player of all time. Because he was a championship player when he was sold from Bournemouth to Manchester City. Championship hadn't started. I don't know. You get a bit pedantic with that one, but left for 44 million, we think. Man City got lots of expensive players, though, haven't they? Alex, half-time at the Rico. 0-0, Cobb on top, but we came back into it as the game went on, and we had a couple of good chances ourselves. Chelsea game back on. If anyone's watching that, that'd be a help. Let us know what's happening. Brentford free kick in. I have to say Brentford had Jack Grealish marking Ethan Pinnock then. So if I'm a Brentford fan, I'm like every free kick in the box because Pinnock will win those all day long, won't they? Uh, 22:44 gone on my Amazon feed. Brentford 0, Man City 1. All of the Championship and League One games are at half time. Chelsea are, we think, at about 49 minutes. So we can get across to them soon. Here's Foden down the left for Man City. Ruslev gets in his way. It's going to be a City throw-in, which Phil Foden is going to take. Bit of gamesmanship from both players there. Ruslev dropping the ball ahead of Foden, not giving it back to him. Foden decides, okay, then I just pull my socks up. Ake to Foden. Foden crosses to the back post looking for Jesus. He recycles. Cancelo. Fernandinho. Cancelo. Back to Fernandinho. It's pinged out from centre-half to Bernardo Silva. Inside left position. Ake. Fernandinho. Ake. Laporte. Grealish has it pinched off him by Pinnock. Brentford central midfield not covering themselves in glory there. The ball was there to be won. Pinnock sort of pointing that out to his central midfield as if to say, look, I won the tackle. You know, go ahead and take the ball. Matthias Jensen is down injured. Yes, in the Chelsea game, as is pointed out by someone in the chat. Where is that? I can't see it. Anyway, yeah, Trev Chalobah on for Christensen. Lee, look at the stats for Blackburn Barnsley. We deserve to be drawing. Do you know what? I'm going to do exactly that, Lee. What do they say? Blackburn Rovers v Barnsley. Yeah, 2 big chances to nil, 2 shots on target apiece, 1 corner to nil. Possessions in Barnsley's favour, but yeah, hit woodwork once, Blackburn, big chance missed, 1. Interpret those how you like, but from my eye test, from what I've seen, Blackburn have missed some decent chances in that first half. But hey, I haven't watched the games. Here is Silva, Grealish, Ake, Fernandinho, Laporte. I always get Laporte and Diaz mixed up. Laporte plays on the left, right? And Diaz on the right. All the Man City players look the same, don't they? Kind of swag around, pinging the ball about. All the same style. Any more comments? Dennis, how are the teams in the Championship playing? Who's winning? Plenty of people watching in the chat. You can see the scores ticking along down the bottom. Sorensen hoiks that one clear. Tony holds it up. And Ruben Diaz has gone down like he's been hit by Mike Tyson, frankly. He just gets a little bit of the elbow from Tony. I don't think there's a lot in it. He went down like he'd been absolutely poleaxed. Referee's pointing out, well, actually, you were fouling him by having both your arms around him. Tony's such a good physical striker. Lee, I respect your opinion, Ben. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I'm watching. Yeah, I always say if you're watching the match, I'm not. All I'm getting shown is Blackburn, who had that one ticked off for offside when the Barnsley players bashed together and went down from a head injury, and Cadra scored. They hit the inside of the post as well, Blackburn, didn't they? And there was another 1v1 that they missed. That's all I've been shown, I have to say. And the goal, obviously, which was a complete giveaway by Barnsley, I have to say. And a very muggy goal as well for Barnsley, where Blackburn could have cleared it about 8 times. But again, I'm not watching the game. And of course, all opinions are allowed here, especially mine. Chris, I'm always interested here. Chris's opinion. Ipswich won, Wickham 0, fairly even half. Ipswich with the bulk of possession, looked more dangerous. Played some good attacking football. Wickham have looked okay on the break. Hladky looks dodgy. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with Christian Walton, who I like, the low-knee goalkeeper. Corner for Brentford. 28 gone in this one. They're 1 down to a Phil Foden goal against Man City. Flat corner in, easily headed away by Kevin De Bruyne. And again, he's mixing it nicely, the Belgian maestro. We should be arriving back for the Championship second halves. Do let me know as and when things kick off. It's also Chelsea 1, Brighton 0 in the Premier League. Lukaku scored in the first half. Fernandinho, Cancelo, Jesus, Diaz, Ake, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Ake, Grealish, Fernandinho. Keep the ball so effortlessly, don't they? Cancelo, Jesus. Jesus trying to run Thompson. Jesus holds up, pings it up the line to Cancelo. Crossing position, but I bet he doesn't cross it. Jesus again, nice feet by... beautiful play by Jesus there. And he completely mugs Thompson off and is fouled. Hladky was the one that played for St Mirren, possibly. I know he was at Salford last season. Pass. Adam, £200 on Middlesbrough and Blackburn. They better get one. You need goals in both, my friend, Adam. Please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org. But if you do gamble, head over to our friends at betfair.com, of course. Free kick, Man City. De Bruyne in with the right foot. Lovely delivery, headed away by Pinnock. Cancelo. Huge switch of play by him. What a pass that is, Christ. Jesus, has he kept that in? He has. Good feet by Jesus. Oh, Thompson's asking for trouble here against Jesus. Launched into that tackle. I thought, here comes a penalty. Foden. Lovely slight by Foden. That was a Chris Waddle one, that one, for any Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, Foden, brilliant to Grealish. Grealish De Bruyne. So good to watch Man City. I know they've got more money than God. Dearie me. Lee, you legend. Fiver in the super chat. Very, very kind. Blackman have played the better football. This is the best we've played in a while. Still think we're going down. Hope you're well. Lee, absolute legend. Thank you so, so much for the super chat, my friend. Good luck in the second half. Barnsley, for God's sake, need a win, don't they? 1-1. Thank you again, Lee, for the super chat, my friend. I'm just going to sit and watch Phil Foden gooey-eyed, I think. Cancelo. Jesus. Oh, Jesus has got Thompson absolutely on toast at the moment. The Brentford left back, who I think is actually a right back, who's playing over that side. Can't get near Jesus at the moment. Silva crosses in. Onyeka to Visa. Come on, Brentford, just keep the ball for 10 seconds. Thompson's got it again. He's getting a right going over by Gabriel Jesus at the moment. A bit of a high foot there by Cancelo, who pulls the most innocent face in the world there, but he knows that was a foul. Right, what's happening at Chelsea then, anyone? We'll do it in very rudimentary fashion. I'm just going to bash up the second half numbers and we'll see how things are standing over there. My God, it's all Brighton according to the numbers. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. 4 shots to 0 in the second half. Hit the woodwork once, 1 shot inside the box. Looks like Brighton are edging it there in the second half, but they are 1-0 down. And we know what these top Premier League sides are like, aren't they? They let you have a shot, let you mess around for a few minutes, and then just go and score like twice or something. What are you going to do, hey? I wish Gary Rowett had been a manager and it was only 2 points for a win. My best 2 points for a win stat is if it had been 3 points for a win in 1975, Ipswich would have been champions. But it wasn't, and they weren't. And who won it that season? Probably Liverpool. Didn't Darby win it then? I can't remember. Under Dave Mackay. Free kick, Brentford. What we'll do, we'll go back to the Chelsea game when we get to half-time in this one, and that should lead us to the end of the Chelsea game. Let me know when the Championship games and League One games get going again in the second half. Keep your comments coming as well. Free kick, Brentford in this one. Matches Jensen's going to take it. Keep your eyes on Pinnock, who is again being marked by Jack Grealish. It's the biggest mismatch you'll ever see. But it's also one of the most terrible free kicks you'll ever see from Mathias Jensen. Thomas Frank will know that Grealish is marking Pinnock, won't he? Going to see the goal again here. Cancelo knocks it back. De Bruyne. Such a good cross, such a good finish. When you see it from behind the goal as well, just cushion side foot volley by Foden, who is just a class player, isn't he? As some of you may know, I was lucky enough to be at the Manchester derby where Manchester City really took the mick out of Manchester United. And yeah, Foden was having a lovely old time down the left wing in that one. Chris, TT. Who's TT? Scrappy first half. Both teams have needlessly given the ball away. Muzza has been his solid self with Hutch. Billy and Danny play well. Ojo far too weak on the ball. Who's TT? Tommy Tippy? Foul on Ivan Toney. Brentford's chance here to score against Manchester City has to be physicality-wise. I can't cope with Toney and I can't cope with Pinnock on the set plays. It's just, can Brentford keep it down to 1 goal against in the remainder of the match? Brighton looking dangerous, says Luke. Luke, we'll get over to that game when we get to half-time in Brentford, Manchester City with these staggered kickoffs. Brentford 0, Manchester City 1. Free kick to Brentford. Jensen, can he be more accurate with this one? He's looking for Tony this time. I think Ake might have headed that against Tony. The speed Tony ran to try and keep that in would probably intimate it did. And it's a goal kick to Manchester City. Ake doing a decent job there against Ivan Toney, who's a hell of a handful, isn't he? Great player. Alex, we're underway again. Let us know when all those championship games are off and running once again. You can see it's Blackburn 1, Barnsley 1, Blackpool 0, Borough 0, Coventry 0, Millwall 0. In League 1, Ipswich 1, Wickham 0, Morecambe 1, Crewe 0, Oxford 2, Wimbledon 0, and Shrewsbury 0, Accrington Stanley 0. Exactly. Keep your comments coming, guys. Keep that chat moving. While you're here, if I can do a quick plug, please hit like, hit the thumbs up. Do it right now if you're on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps drive more and more people across to the stream. Helps us out in the rankings. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I guess I can give you a live update. What does it say? 2,201. Woof. Sometimes YouTube subscribers go down, so I won't change that down the bottom until we're at least 10 over it. There he scores, ticking along the bottom. Thank you as ever for your support. And thank you for all the super chats. Been loads of them tonight. Very, very kind. Millwall drive home with TT. YouTube channel. There we go. Best Millwall channel. TT and Zach. There we go. Foden switch of play out to Jesus. Cross comes in. Pinnock clears. Blackpool going fairly close there. Deflected shot from Callum Connolly. Oh, God, I say fairly close. Rippled along the side net. It was very close. De Bruyne crosses in. Janssen clears. Tony tries to bring it away, but that one goes out of play. Brentford 0, Man City 1. 38-32 on the clock there. I think we're a go-go again in all of our games now. So a bit of a weird one tonight. 2 Premier League games, 3 in the Championship, 4 in League 1 for us to look at. De Bruyne trying to slip that through to Foden. So if the sofa score reckoning is in any way right, Chelsea at 65 minutes. We'll head over there when we get to half-time in Brentford, Man City. 51 at Blackburn, and at Blackpool and Coventry both 50. And yeah, all of League 1 has kicked off again. Looks like Crewe have literally just equalised as we've just popped that screen up. We don't have a goal scorer yet, but what I will do is tell you what that has done to the live League 1 table. In fact, there you go. You can see it. No, you can't because I'm in the way. There we go. Crewe, that brings them off the bottom, that goal. Small mercies, I know. Morecambe, actually, look, only 2 places higher. Really important game, especially for Morecambe. If they can win this one, they're going to move out of that bottom 4. Obviously, just drop back to 23 points. Would have been above Fleetwood about 90 seconds ago. Like done. Well done, David. Hero. Luke, Brighton should have scored. Mattheson sounds lively for Coventry. Yeah, he's a good player, Mattheson. One of the many, many, many Chelsea loanee players. Oh, give my ears a rest, for goodness sakes. Cancelo knocks that one forward to Gabriel Jesus, cut out by Thompson, who's playing Jesus a little bit better. It looked a bit ropey for the young fullback there. I think he's an Arsenal trainee, wasn't he, Thompson? And they brought him across, as they're very good at Brentford at scouting the players that get released from the London clubs. Obviously, famously got rid of their reserve team, didn't they? Or their youth team, rather, and went for a B team. But much has been said about the Brentford style and how they've got here. Fernandinho needs to be careful there. He's just left one on Tony there. Bit shahousery. Just having a look at the Crew goal now. Chris Porter's the goal scorer. Worked in off the right wing. Crossed in. He just standing. Doesn't need to jump for that one. Big guy Porter just nods it, guides it in the corner. Morecambe 1, Crew 1. I should probably update the ticker, shouldn't I? Important game at the bottom of League One. Oh, what is going on now? Fernandinho's got in Tony's head. Looks like Oxford have just had a goal disallowed. They were already 2-0 up against AFC Wimbledon. Now, about 2 minutes ago, Fernandinho did something a bit naughty after the ball had gone on Ivan Toney. Tony there's not a lot in it, as Fernandinho is trying to obstruct the ball. Tony gives Fernandinho a little kick. All a bit much ado about nothing, if you ask me. But hey, you never know what the VARs are going to see. Fernandinho behaving like a complete shithouse, basically. He's channeling his inner Jefferson Lerma, the Bournemouth central midfielder. Bond shoots wide for Ipswich on 52. Blackpool have hit the inside of the post. Lucky to get away with that one, says David. Middlesbrough living a charmed life, perhaps, at Blackpool at the moment. Yeah, Medine hits the post for the Pool, who look like they've started the second half well from what you guys are saying. Derry, Brighton having a good go. As we like to see the teams in the middle of the Premier League, not just laying down and dying. Free kick in from Manchester City. Pinnock has to watch that one all the way across and just flicks the header out. Tom, a quick count on Chelsea's wiki page. 22 players out on loan. They are the masters of the loan system, aren't they? And look at the Championship a couple of seasons ago, where Derby's best player was probably Mason Mount. Wigan's best player was probably Reece James, and Aston Villa's best player was Tammy Abraham. Well, it was Jack Grealish, but big influence on the Championship. John, gotta love it. Even in a Pep side, he has room for a player like that. Yeah. He knows what he's doing, old Fernandinho, doesn't he? They're coming up half-time at Brentford. We will switch over. No, Tamori indeed. Yeah, 2 in that Derby team. Weren't there. Here comes Grealish down the left. Janssen deals with that one. It's going to be a throw-in to Manchester City. Damon, anyone know how Blackburn are looking against Barnsley? I know it's 1-1, hoping Blackburn win to give Derby a chance. Well, we had Lee in the chat. He's watching the game. Said Barnsley looked all right. The clips we keep getting shown have honestly been mainly Blackburn chances. But again, I've not watched the whole game, and Lee has. De Bruyne for Man City. Cancelo, nice little switch of play to Ake. So narrow, the Man City fullbacks, ridiculously so. Sort of in inside central midfield positions a lot of the time. Oh, sorry, outside central midfield position, you know what I mean. Ake gets tackled by Visa. Man City win it back. 1 minute of stoppage time. Ake, Grealish, Foden. Lovely feet from Foden. Fernandinho. Cancelo. Nice dummy. Oh, lovely reverse ball by Cancelo. Jesus. Oh, too many notes, Mr. Mozart. De Bruyne then puts that lovely cross in and headed away by Pinnock. Fernandinho tries the shot. Hits someone in the face. Shot comes in. I think it's that Sorensen, possibly. Or is it Jensen? I can't quite see. He's literally holding his face on the floor. Some lovely football again from Man City. They almost overplayed that one, actually. Well, how about this? Morecambe 1, Crewe 2. That was 1-0 at 50 minutes. It's 2-1 to Crewe on 58 minutes. Big turnaround for Crewe. That's really bad news for Morecambe. Morecambe 1, Crewe 2, down at the bottom of League 1. And have a look at that. That's a live league table. Let me remove that banner. And that goal now means that a proper 6-pointer, isn't it? Morecambe would now only be 2 points ahead of Crewe, when it could, frankly, be 23 to Morecambe and 15 to Crewe. It could be 8 points, as we all know, with the old 6-point swing. Luke Murphy, the captain, has scored. Just arrived on the edge of the box. Good goal, that, actually. Looping volley into the top corner. Great goal for Crewe. And they lead 2-1 at Morecambe. And it looks like, have we reached half-time at Brentford now? I'm seeing more replays of Fernandinho and Ivan Toney. I'd back Ivan Toney in a fight, I tell you. Although Fernandinho would be a right weasel, wouldn't he? He'd do low blows and little illegal jabs and stuff. Whereas Toney would just try and knock him out, right? Half-time, Brentford 0, Man City 1. I am going to try not to press the wrong button. I think I just have to press the back button. And I don't leave the app. There we go. Let's try that one more time. I pressed the home button last time. That messed everything up, didn't it? So, there we go. Right, Chelsea-Brighton. We're now going to head over to where 73 minutes have been played. It's Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. Just if you want a timestamp, we're picking this one up. I'm at 73:25 on my Amazon coverage. But we got to talk about the Championship because we said Blackpool had started the second half well. You know what's coming, don't you? Goal for Middlesbrough. Blackpool 0, Borough 1 on 60 minutes. Blackpool had just hit the post. Borough lead there, along with Blackburn, one of the form sides in the Championship. They have got the lead, Middlesbrough. They found their way into the playoffs. Lovely goal as well. Is it Sporar? Clever little back heel by Andras Sporar. Really good finish. Crooks played it down the line. Who puts the cross in? Pass. Is that Jones? I think it might be. It's a great finish by Sporar. Just suckers in the two defenders. There's one for your goal of the round when we did a Championship review. Oh, it's brilliant from Sporar. Lovely goal. Blackpool 0, Middlesbrough 1. Let's go to the live league table on that one because it's going to look very good for Middlesbrough. I have to say they're fairly uncontested up at the top there tonight with Blackburn. You know what I mean? Blackburn are a little bit further ahead points-wise. But have a look at that. It'll be 39 points for Borough. They'll only be 2 points behind West Brom in fourth. And so what have they got? 13 points in 5. So it could be 16 points in 6 for Borough, which is frantic, breakneck points accumulation for Middlesbrough and Chris Wilder. At the moment, Worth, get in. Goal for Middlesbrough. Sporar. Really good goal, wasn't it? Here is Cucurella. We're watching Chelsea-Brighton on Amazon. Here, March crosses in, headed away by Chalobah, the former Ipswich loanee. And yes, I am the only pundit who will describe him that way. Good tackle in the central midfield. Lukaku is kind of on his own. Brighton really having Chelsea all back in the final third. There, 3-3 for Sporar, the loanee from Sporting Clube do Portugal. And Hernandez off, Watmore on for Borough. And I think Borough, someone will tell me in the chat, 5 clean sheets in a row, is it? 4 or 5 as well. They were in fine form. So are Oxford. Oxford 3, Wimbledon 0. Oxford home and host. And I haven't done the check, but I'm pretty certain Oxford are going to go 5th in League One, whilst Wickham are losing at Ipswich. And of course, it's Ipswich, so that could change. Oxford go 3-0 up. I think we're about to see the goal over on Gillette. Check that out. Crossed in from the right, and he's arriving at the back post, Sam Long. The Wimbledon keeper says who was marking him. The answer was nobody. Oxford 3, Wimbledon 0. Let's go to a live League One table where I think we'll find Oxford have gone 5th. But let's just see if we can get that confirmed on SofaScore. Yeah, there you go. Have a look up there. Oxford 42, going to go above Wycombe on goal difference as things stand. Of course, if Wycombe score, they will go back above Oxford. Wycombe currently, say it quietly, 1-0 down at Ipswich at Portman Road in Kieran McKenna's first game in charge of Ipswich Town. Pulisic, March leaves one on him. They play on. Kante to Mount. Lukaku tries to roll his man, doesn't succeed. Lallana, lovely feet by him in the central midfield. Has Welbeck come on? Oh, no, that's not Welbeck, is it? He looked like he was about to just come on. Let me just do a quick little reset on the teams here, because I haven't been following this. Sorry, that was Enoch Mwepu, who I was mistaken. He came on for Tariq Lamptey. He looked quite tidy in the first half, but hey, it's very easy to get seduced by a very, very quick player, isn't it? Lovely feed into the box to Lukaku, Pulisic, Kante, and we have a goal at Ewood Park. And Blackburn have gone back in front. It's Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1. Blackburn push in at the top of the championship. Remember, if they win tonight, they'll be 1 point off the top 2, and Middlesbrough giving chase as well. Fulham and Bournemouth, you have been warned. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1. We'll get the scorer in a minute. Kovacic, Lukaku, Mount. Oh, that was going in the corner. Cucurella sticks his foot out. Could have then deflected in the other corner, but good defending by the Brighton fullback, wingback. There, Mount is obviously very good at shooting from the edge of the box where he got that one. Yeah, that's going right in the corner, isn't it? Maybe Sanchez had it covered. Anyone want to guess who the Blackburn goal scorer is? Alexis McAllister out, Danny Welbeck in for Brighton. Ben Brereton Diaz is the Blackburn goal scorer. And that has now made my video I made about the top scorers in the championship out of date now. Just a few hours after I made it. Hey, who would have known it? BBD, what a player. Guess who? No point guessing anymore, is there? And here, he's just a goal machine, isn't he? 61, Norwood has a shot just wide. Eek. This will be 5th if we can keep the pool out. John, chasing pack, putting even more pressure on Big Val. He needs a good transfer window, doesn't he, John? He really, really does up at West Brom with that year 1 parachute payment. Can they leverage that extra huge chunk of TV money? There it is. Ridiculous. Hopefully we're going to see this goal by the Chilean sensation. I think that might be 20 for the season, isn't it? For Diaz. What a player he is this season. All aboard the Chilean train. 65th minute. Right, finally, they've gone to Glenn Murray on Gillette. Let's see if we can see this goal. I'm sure I'm going to see Mr. Brereton rampaging into the box and finishing. They win it in midfield. Maybe Linehan, actually. Yeah, he scores so many goals like this, doesn't he? Diaz, he's just on fire, isn't he? Coming in from that left-hand side. And when a player is that confident, he's just charging at defenders at the moment. And everything he's hitting is going in. Just what a performance by Ben Brereton. Diaz for Blackburn. Sensational stuff. With injuries to Callum Wilson, Newcastle will surely be slipping around him in January. Absolutely they will, won't they? Blackburn 2, then Barnsley 1. We should mention there are two sides to every story. That is bad news for Barnsley. But Barnsley are at the point now where 1 point down to 0 points. They need threes, don't they? They really, really need wins, and they need wins fast. To the Tykes down the bottom there. Here is Dan Byrne. For Brighton, by the way, 81.50 on the clock at Stamford Bridge. Stamford. That was very Suffolk, wasn't it? I think we might be about to see that chance for James Norwood that Chris was talking about in the chat. They've gone to Bianca Westwood at Portman Road. Blackburn. Brighton just keeping the ball at the back. Chelsea all back in shape. They've got the only goal in this one. And they're going to close back up to 6 points on Manchester City. Although Manchester City are, of course, in front. So it's not really closing anything up. It's everything staying the same, if you know what I mean. I think we're going to see this James Norwood chance. Just a huge, big diag to Norwood. And he just scuffs the shot. It's a good chest down. I think Macaulay Bonne in the middle's thinking, can you get that across to me? But difficult chance, it has to be said. But he does scuff it a little bit, doesn't he? Just one quick shout out, everybody. Please hit the like button, whatever platform you're watching on. I know the majority of you will be on YouTube. Just hit that like button, get things moving, and the comments are flowing beautifully. So keep them coming. But just if you can, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Let's just do a quick sweep then of the scores. They're all ticking along the bottom. Brentford 0, Man City 1, Foden. Chelsea 1, Brighton 0 with 83.5 minutes gone. Lukaku. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1, Rothwell and Brereton. Diaz for Blackburn and Carlton Morris for Barnsley. Blackpool 0, Borough 1, Sporar. Lovely goal, that one. Backheel. Coventry 0, Millwall 0. In League 1, Ipswich 1, Wycombe 0, Morecambe 1, Crewe 2, Oxford 3, Wimbledon 0, Shrewsbury 0, Accrington 0. The big story there in League 1 is that Oxford are going 5th. They're going above Wycombe as things stand. A Wycombe goal at Ipswich, and that switches all the way back around. Can Brighton make a big chance against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea? Easier said than done, right? There's always a chance, though, Alex Ferguson would say. Here's Dan Byrne. Chelsea look locked out and, well, they're trying to lock this one out, if you know what I mean. Here's March. Offside, isn't he, surely? And it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. Keep your comments coming. Just remember, Chelsea kicked off at 7:30. So they're 15 minutes before all the rest of the Championship and League One games. And Man City and Brentford kicked off at 8:15. So they're half an hour behind everybody else. So we got some weird old staggered kickoffs. Come on, Wall, says Brandon. Hey, if Millwall come out of that one with a 0-0, given they only had 14 fit squad, then I'm sure they'll take that. Here comes Mount into the box. Kante, can he get it onto Pulisic? No, he can't. Mopai. Good play by Azpilicueta. Right, aggressively up behind him, not letting him settle on the ball there. Here's Mount. Looks like we're seeing another chance from Blackpool. Watmore carrying it for Middlesbrough. It's Lukaku into the box. Oh, he tried to go inside Dan Byrne there, who was fully committed there. If Lukaku had wanted to, he could have taken the hit and gone down for a penalty there, I thought. Turns inside there. Very much a dangly foot, but fair play to Lukaku. He wanted to stick the ball in the net, didn't he? It's a good block, actually, in the end. Joel Veltman making the block. Thomas Tuchel's going mental on the touchline about something. think he wanted a corner. It did look like a corner, I have to say. I can only think they thought that it obviously hit Veltman, didn't he? Who's just given the ball away now. Here's Lukaku, Kante. Yeah, Kante's an amazing player, but going into the box, not exactly Frank Lampard, is he? There's a poor giveaway, actually, in central midfield. By Jacob Moder. Let's just have a quick little look down at all of the scores and how things stand. In fact, you know what? Let's go to the top of the Premier League table, where you can see Manchester City are currently leading against Brentford. Has that one kicked off again in the second half? Is anyone on that on Amazon? Oh, chance on the edge of the box. Kovacic following up from the corner. Half volleys it back in. Bounces over the crossbar. There's the top of the Premier League table. So, yeah, Man City winning, going to go on to 50. Chelsea winning, going to go on to 44. Liverpool a game behind, but obviously they lost last nil at Leicester. You can see last night at Leicester. You can see Brighton and Brentford down in 11th and 14th place in the table. Moder, who just gave the ball away, has come out. 87 gone. Stephen Auzathoth has gone on for Brighton. Double sub for Wickham. They're turning the screw there. Back from the shop, bought my own Pepsi. I would drink to that. There you go. I think there's a drip left in there. Liam, not quite second half yet. Good evening, by the way. And good evening to you. Referee Dean has given a restart to Brighton, surely. Kante with the foul. Oh, no, other way round. Maybe that's what he was explaining. I certainly didn't understand. Referee Dean's chuntering away. Telling Azpilicueta to hurry up. 88:35 on the clock. Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. That's why Azpilicueta is taking his sweet time. I said about 10 minutes ago, can Brighton make the big chance? No. It looks like they just want to get a set play and get it in the box now. I don't know. Although here comes Mopai now in the channel. Wow. Trevor Chalobah. Looked like Sol Campbell then for a minute. They're zoomed across, slid in and cleared everything out. Good defending by Chalobah. If he plays many more games for Chelsea, we know what happens to English players that play for the big teams in the Premier League. They get the England squad pretty shortly, don't they? That'd be amazing for Chalobah, who I'm a big fan of, obviously, from his loan period of at Ipswich. Oh, ouchie. Someone left one. There's Yves Bissouma on Pulisic. Don't think he meant anything with it, but Lukaku, nice one round the corner. Pulisic carries it away. Looks like the Brighton players have been told with Pulisic to really, let's say, rough him up, but get physical with him. They've really targeted him in the last couple of minutes. Lots of physicality. Mostly fair, I have to say. Right, we're about to find out how much stoppage time is coming. Mason Mount's just stuck the ball in the goal for Chelsea. But referee Dean had already been given given a foul against Mount. Yeah, he just goes in a little bit heavily on Joel Veltman. Right, 4 minutes of stoppage time and we're into it here. So we'll just keep focused on this one now through the stoppage time. Here comes Moder. Cucurella crosses it in left-footed. Welbeck heads it into the back of the net. Oh, how about that? Chelsea won, Brighton won. I said, could they make the big chance? I didn't think they were going to. It wasn't a big chance. It was just tossed into the middle of the box. Welbeck heads it into the back of the net. Chelsea won. Brighton won. Brighton have got the equaliser in stoppage time. Could be a hell of a point for Graham Potter and Brighton. And a big 2 points dropped for Chelsea. Chelsea won. Brighton won. Woof. There's the reaction in the chat. Brighton get the equaliser. I said it'd probably be a set play tossed into the box. He has powered that header in. It's a great header by Welbeck. Climbs above Chalobah, who I was just praising. In fact, it's not that much pace on the cross, in fact. He's just kind of floated in. It's a brilliant header by Welbeck. Let's have a look from behind. Oh, God, Rudiger's got a handful of his shirt. It's a brilliant goal by Welbeck. Curves the header right into the side net and into the corner. Look at those Brighton fans behind the goal. Graham Potter looks as surprised as anyone with that one, flying into the back of the net. Chelsea 1, Brighton 1. Goodness me. Yes, Man City laughing their way to the title. That's not going to be good in terms of the title race. Going to be 8 points clear if they win tonight. And I think it'd be 10 straight wins as well for Manchester City. All looking very nice for Man City at the moment, isn't it? Chelsea trying to push for what would be a winner. Now, they thought they had this game stitched up, but Brighton have got back and got the equaliser. 92:37 on the clock. 4 minutes stoppage time minimum. Rudiger crossed in by Alonso. Is he on? Pass. And hoiked clear. And if that had run kindly, Mopai was in then. But Graham Potter saying to his team, get narrow, get compact. Here comes the onslaught from Chelsea. And would you believe it? We didn't think they'd even be able to send a team up to Coventry. But it's Coventry 0, Millwall 1 on 79 minutes. How about that? Millwall fans, they didn't even expect the game to go ahead. But Millwall lead up at Coventry. We will await the goal score. It could be a hell of a result that for Millwall under the circumstances. Coventry 0, Millwall 1 at the CBS. We're just going to keep our eyes on Chelsea until Tom Bradshaw, by the way, is the goal scorer for Millwall. Brighton fighting away, and they've won it back high up the pitch here. Welbeck. We're going to have a look over at the Millwall goal. Set play into the box. They win the first header. They win the second header, and it's bundled into the net. They won't care in the slightest, Millwall, about the aesthetic beauty of that goal. Free kick just tossed in. They got the first two contacts on it, and Bradshaw was just sniffing in there, sticks it in from about six to 8 yards. And Millwall lead. And it's full time. Brighton have drawn at Chelsea. And if Manchester City now win, we are going to... the Brighton players are delighted. Obviously, well played to them. Great news for them. Not great news for our title race in the Premier League, though, is it? We're going to head back over to Brentford for the remainder of this one, where it's Brentford 0, Manchester City 1. And the Manchester City players will know already, because news travels very fast, that Chelsea have dropped points and that they can really, really turn the screw in the title race. Have a look at that now. They're unchallenged, Man City. They're the only team playing right now. And they know that Liverpool have lost last night. And they know that Chelsea have just drawn to a late goal against Brighton. Manchester City can go 8 points clear. All they have to do is keep a clean sheet. By the way, we do get very, very soon in consecutive games, Chelsea, Man City and Chelsea, Liverpool. So, look, we could get a title race, but yes, at the moment, it doesn't look much like we're going to get one up in the Premier League, does it? Right, quick check. Chelsea 1, Brighton 0, full time. Brentford 0, Man City 1. I've got it on Amazon. I've got 52:17 on the clock. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1. Blackburn going to go within 1 point of the top two. Blackpool 0, Middlesbrough 1. It's going to be 16 points in 6 games for Middlesbrough. Coventry 0, Millwall 1 with barely a squad. Ipswich 1, Wickham 0. Morecambe 1, Crew 2. Big turnaround there. Morecambe led in that one. Oxford 3, Shrewsbury 0. and Wimbledon 0 and Shrewsbury 0. Accrington 0. Let me try and get you some times on those championship games. I know SofaScore isn't always 100% accurate in this regard, but they reckon 83, 82 and 82. So about 7 or 8 minutes of normal time to go in each of those games. Corner to Manchester City. De Bruyne swings it in. Pinnock, who's won everything in the air in this game, wins another header and flicks that one out. It's going to be a Man City throw-in. Do let me know if you're on iFollow watching any of those EFL games, how things are panning out in these last 10 minutes. There's a meal. It's late at night, Connie. I can't give you a loud meal. I'll do a quiet one. Meal. There you go. Shouldn't really do it like that, should you? But there you go. What else have we got? Google saying Brentford have a 1% chance of winning. Well, there we go. Balls to Google. That's what I say. John is looking at his championship predictor. Hey, look. I put my predictions in, John, and then just forget what they all are. So I've got no idea what I backed. Probably all the favourites. Carol on for Norwood. Akinfenwa on for a defender. Mill. Lots of Mills coming in. Good old Akinfenwa. He always comes in for the last 10 minutes, doesn't he? Right. Ake's got it for Man City. He's playing left back today. Silva. Fernandinho. Ake. Silva. Grealish. Fernandinho. WPK. Glass of red this evening, Ben. I had the parents over, so I had 2 or 3 glasses of red this afternoon, and then I stopped. Else I'd be in a right state now, wouldn't I? So there we go. Ake. Silva. Grealish. Foden. Brentford can't get the ball. Ake. Foden. Have you christened the sin bin, the Mark Ashton sin bin? I quite like that. The Mark Ashton sin bin. See if I can get in contact with him to sponsor it, hey? De Bruyne with an audacious attempt at a volleyed through ball down the line for Jesus. If it was anyone else, we'd say he's just hoofed it down the line. But, yeah, it's De Bruyne. Capable of any pass you could imagine, hey? Will there be a late goal in any of the EFL games? A few of them have just 1 goal in it. In fact, looking at it, only Oxford and Wimbledon doesn't have 1 goal in it. Everything else is on a little bit of a knife edge. We could get a change of outcome in all of those games, couldn't we? You can see them ticking along the bottom there. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1, Blackpool 0, Borough 1, Coventry 0, Millwall 1. Any of those games change outcome if the team that's 1 behind scores, don't they? Ipswich 1, Wickham 0. Final third passes, Brentford 12, Man City 155. My God. Morecambe 1, Crewe 2. Oxford are the only team really in the EFL that like they're home and hosed. Excuse me, I'm not covering the League 2 one. Sorry if there's any League 2 games where someone's miles ahead. Here's Jensen. Tries to slide it forward. Man City have won it back. Jensen in a 50-50 with De Bruyne. Does well. But Grealish was fouled in the build-up. 3 minutes to go in the Millwall game. We're getting to that time now, aren't we? Squeaky bum time. Where will the late goal be? Not will there be a late goal. Where will it be? There's always a late goal. Actually, I'll say that. We've got fewer games tonight, haven't we? But still, there's always a late goal.
Liam, hope Swans can figure out and play the passing game like this soon. Yeah. We'd all like that, wouldn't we? This technical game requires some very technical players sometimes, doesn't he? Jonathan, nice shirt. I hope you've had a great Christmas. Thank you. And yes, I have had a great Christmas. I wish my blooming neck would sort itself out. Off we go to the chiropractor again, I reckon. First week of Jan. Ake, Grealish, Fernandinho. Poor pass by Fernandinho. Onyeka gets in the way. Here's De Bruyne, edge of the box. Jesus got Cancelo on the overlap. Cancelo in the box, holds it. Nice play by Cancelo. Back to Jesus. Jesus gives it away badly, actually. Here's Onyeka. Look out for the foul. No. They've won it back fair and square. Manchester City. Robert had a good Christmas, Ben. Blues haven't played, but I hope you had a great Christmas. I did, my friend. I very much did, and I am having. Late goal. Shame we're not playing, Ben. We would have provided it by now. Absolutely. Alex, how are you, mate? I am grand, my friend. Just waiting for a late goal in one of our games. Let's see what SofaScore make of the clocks in the EFL. Their estimation is 89 at Blackburn and Blackpool, 88 at Coventry, 88 at Ipswich, stoppage time at Morecambe, 88 at Oxford, but they're going to win, aren't they? And stoppage time at Shrewsbury. Come on. Where's the late goal, guys? Cancelo, edge of the box for Man City, tries to curl it in. He's a very fine player, but that was not a very good cross. Completely overhit that one. João Cancelo. Stop it, Ben. No late goal. Hey, I'm not scoring these goals. I'm just telling you that you know what it's like. The likelihood of goals increases if there's only one goal in at the end of games. Teams really throw caution to the wind, don't they? Here is a goal kick. They've just gone to Bianca Westwood. Oh, actually, it's 87.55 at Portman Road, if their clock is bang on time. It's a Wickham corner, in fact. And it goes from Jacobson, headed down. Oh, Wickham should have scored there, shouldn't they? Sammy Morsey's going crazy. I think it's Tony Stewart skied it over the crossbar. Wickham should have equalised there. And I said there'll be a late goal. And it has come at Blackpool. And Middlesbrough's super run is just a very good run rather than the super run, because it's Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 1. Blackpool have got the equaliser. Oh, no, and it's a bad mistake by, is that Dykesteel at the back? I couldn't quite see. Shane Lavery has stuck the ball in the net. It's a really bad goal to concede, that one. Just a long ball in. Oh, he didn't even have to play it either, did he, Dykesteel? If he just leaves that, it's going out for a goal kick. Get everyone up the pitch. It's a really bad mistake by Anthony Dykesteel. And Shane Lavery eats it up, sticks it in to the back of the net. There's always a late goal. Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 1. In fact, let's go to a live league table now. This is all panning out. Middlesbrough fans will be happy in general, but disappointed that they've not got the three. Hey, look, they could still get a winner, couldn't they? But they were looking like they were getting the 3 points in that one. Middlesbrough still going to move on to 37. Blackpool on to 31 now. 91st minute goal by Shane Lavery. There's always a goal. Neil, that's enough of the late goal talk. Hey. Chris Flagkey, who's played better, saves well than Stuart blazes over. Yeah, I saw that one on the Gillette. He should have scored. Shouldn't he? Speaking of should have scored, Sam Gallagher's just gone through for Blackburn. They're on 92 minutes. Going to be a good night for Blackburn. Oh, goodness me. Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 2. Oh, wow. I said they could still win it. It looks like they might have.
Blackpool had just equalised in the 91st minute, and it's just flashed up that Middlesbrough have then gone up the other end and scored. My God, would you believe it? Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 2. Let's have a look at this down the right-hand side. I think it's Jake Steele. And that might be an own goal, actually. Duncan Watmore's wheeling away, celebrating. And Middlesbrough, something's going on at Middlesbrough at the moment. All their players are in the stand. The fans are running on the pitch there. Watmore's celebrating. We'll have a look at the replay and see if that was an own goal. What an end at Blackpool, where we had a Blackpool equaliser and possibly now a Middlesbrough winner in stoppage time. No, that is definitely Duncan Watmore's goal. It wasn't Dykesdale, it was Jones. Watmore just pokes it in on the near post. Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 2. Woof. Get your comments in on that. What a stoppage time up at Bloomfield Road. An equaliser. And right, can we say a winner now? Surely that's that, isn't it? In the 93rd minute for Middlesbrough, who are just doing it, aren't they? Woof. God, Stephen. He loves that. 5 minutes injury time. What a winner. Absolutely. Got my point for Borough, but just lost the bang-on bonus. Blaming me. It's all my fault. There goes the late goal. No more. There's always a late goal, David. Always a late goal. 64 gone in Brentford versus Manchester City. Manchester City cruising away with the Premier League title at the moment. And it looks like a very good day for both Middlesbrough and Blackburn. Or are we going to see a Barnsley chance now on Gillette? Let's have a look. Styles and Morris steps inside. They want a handball, not given. Styles then hits the shot over. And it is full time now. Blackburn have won again. I think that is 9 wins in 11 for Blackburn. Outstanding form by Blackburn. And Barnsley just in big, big trouble. We just wait. Yeah, Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 2 is a full time. That is an incredible win. For Middlesbrough, De Bruyne hits the post for Manchester City. Curls it with his right foot from the edge of the box. Let's go to the live championship table where things are looking very nice for Middlesbrough and Blackburn. Have they added on the points? Yes, they have. Look at Blackburn. Level on points with Fulham. Who'd have thought that about 6 or 7 weeks ago? And what a win for Millwall. Coventry 0, Millwall 1. Millwall only 14 senior pros going up to that game. And Millwall have got the win. So we've got all our full times in from the championship. Middlesbrough, 39 points now and 16 points in 6 games. They're on fire as well, moving up. Well, no, they were already in 5th, weren't they? Coventry are very much being caught up now by Millwall with that result. They're 1 point behind. A really good win for Millwall. Sorry, Sofa Scores just reset itself. In League One, Oxford 3, Wimbledon 0. And if we have to, sorry, Barnsley fans, but look down at the bottom now. 24 games gone, 14 points. Were it not for that 21 points deductions for Darby, Barnsley would be well bottom and well adrift, wouldn't they? Shrewsbury 0, Accrington 0 is a full time in League One. Lots of happy people. Stephen's a happy Millwall fan. Stephen's a happy Middlesbrough fan. Alex is a happy Millwall fan. Goodness me. We are waiting. Squeaky bum time for me. I think we're only waiting for Ipswich now, aren't we? Who are leading 1-0 against Wycombe. But we think, God, it's getting into horrible time, isn't it? 95 minutes and 10 seconds gone, says SofaScore. They've just gone to Bianca Westwood, who's looking over her shoulder. Nervy. Morsey Oh, huge chance for Ipswich. Oh, Chaplin hits the post. If Ipswich now don't win, Wes Burns is taking the ball over to the corner. Ipswich should have just gone 2-0 up, shouldn't he? Burns just holding the ball in the corner. Wycombe player throws himself to the ground. Ipswich should then have gone 2-0 up. I think it was 5 minutes of stoppage time. We must be literally seconds away at Portman Road. Ipswich 1, Wycombe 0. Connor Chaplin should have just made it 2-0. And we await the full-time whistle or the Wycombe goal. You tell me, hey? You tell me. Morecambe 1, Crewe 2. Really good result for Crewe. They go to within 2 points of Morecambe in that bottom 4. Brentford bring on Sergi Canos. Can they get near Manchester City? Nobody can at the moment. They're going to go 8 points clear as things stand. 15-year-old Zach Lovelace got 2 minutes. Outstanding. We're still, it's Barrow 0, Oldham 0 in League 2. Still awaiting the full-time whistle at Ipswich, where they must be into the 97th minute now. And finally, Ipswich 1, Wycombe 0. Kieran McKenna wins on his managerial debut for Ipswich. Right, let's have a look at the League 1 table. So, good night for Oxford. They go up to 5th because they won and Wycombe, of course, lost. Who else played tonight? Accrington in 10th. They drew 0-0 at Shrewsbury. Ipswich move up to 11th. Good start for Kieran McKenna. And down the bottom there, big win for Crewe over Morecambe. They close up to within 2 points, and they're 4 points from safety now. Let's have a look at everything that's going on in the Premier League. It was Chelsea 1, Brighton 0, Brentford 0, Manchester City 1 currently. And a lot of you worried about a Manchester City procession to the title. I think it's going to be their 10th straight win if they beat Brentford. They're going 8 points clear. Blackburn 2, Barnsley 1. Blackpool 1, Middlesbrough 2, and Coventry 0, Millwall 1. Very, very good night for Blackburn and for Middlesbrough up in that top 6. And Millwall, well played, without very many players going and winning up at Coventry. Chelsea 1, Brighton 1. Need to update my ticker. Hopefully you saw me yelling and screaming about that goal to know that I do know about that goal. In League 1, Ipswich 1, Wycombe 0, Morecambe 1, Crewe 2, Oxford 3, Wimbledon 0, Shrewsbury 0, Accrington 0. Because my 4-month baby has gone to bed and all the EFL action has finished, I'm going to call it quits there and bid you all farewell. We'll figure out what's happening tomorrow during the day at some point. I know there are more games tomorrow night, so let me know what you want to see. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for the Wednesday night watch-along tonight. A very good night if you're a Manchester City fan. A very good night if you're a Middlesbrough fan or a Blackburn fan in the top 6 in the Championship. Very good night if you're an Oxford fan in the top 6 in League 1. Thank you all for joining me. Before you go, just make sure you hit that like button and we will no doubt see you at some point tomorrow. If you put your shout outs in the chat, I'll pop them up in the advert as we leave the stream. Big over and out. Get in touch tomorrow. Let me know what you want to see and I will see you all very, very soon. Good night. If you're enjoying this show, then why not check out Championship 365?
The only area to find Benjamin Bloom, the Second Tier Podcast, and myself, Ben HD, all in the same place.
We'll debate the key topics and interact with you, our community of subscribers.
And we'll be releasing 2 exclusive weekly videos.
So, visit www.network.planetsport.com.
Championship 365, 3 creators, 1 community.